Welcome to The Taxman Show. We ask the questions to get all of your accounting, tax, and small business questions answered. Now here is your host, Albert Taxman Corey.
Hey everybody, this is Albert Taxman Corey, another edition of The Taxman Show, where we ask the questions to make sure you get the best tax return and grow your business. Today we're going to talk about. I just did a presentation with Miss Pat Rogers in Hollywood, Florida on Saturday, and part of the topic I was talking about is how you can be a billion-dollar brand. That's right, you are a billion-dollar brand, but you have to start to think and act like a billion-dollar brand. So this is what we went over in the seminar. That I'm going to give you a little sneak trick and tips on what we went over while I was speaking. So now you have to be a billion-dollar brand, all right? Because that's how you're going to get big, guys. You have to start to think and act like your CEO. Your company is a billion-dollar brand. Once you start to think and act like that way, you're going to start making the decisions to move you forward. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. If anybody has any questions or comments, you can come on and ask me. That's what we're here for. So you have to start to think and act of it like a billion-dollar brand. In a few minutes, I'm going to show you why. So now, this is step one of being a billion-dollar brand. I want you to get on a piece of paper, and now I want you to write down what industry you are in. Since this is a Facebook Live, guys, I want you to put in the chat box, in the comment box, what industry are you in? Okay, now I'm going to give you a couple of seconds, and I want you to write this down. All right, now that you write it down, who is the biggest person in that space? All right, who is the biggest person in your space? So in other words, let me give you a good example of this. I'm in the accounting business and tax prep industry, and H&R Block is the largest person in that space. That's right, they are the largest. So a lot of decisions I make, I think and act that I am, that I'm H&R Block, and what would they do? So now in the comment box below, I want you to write down okay, now we know what industry you're in. Did you write that down? What is the biggest person or company in that space? Mine is H&R Block. Whatever company you're in. If you're doing car sales, then you're the CEO of General Motors or whatever company you're in. If you're a realtor, you're Remax. Let's see, you're Remax. I didn't even remember. Caldwell Banker. Those are our franchises. So depending on what you're in, who or what is the biggest person. So did you write that down? Okay. Now that you write that down, you have to start to think and act like that company. Okay, why is this important? Because there's going to be times that you're going to have to make decisions, guys. There'll be plenty of times. So that when you get stuck or you don't know what to do because you're a startup or you're trying to get to that next level, you would ask yourself, would that company do it? So I'm going to give you a good example with me. Way back in the beginning, I had to go buy software to do tax prep, do what I'm doing today. And the software was $4,000. Now, this is my early days. Remember, you're talking, this is about 88 maybe, and $4,000 was a lot of money. It's still a lot of money. But I'd ask myself, would H&R Block use that software? Answer is yes. Why? Why? And to me, it was a yes, because I was one of the pioneers. It let me be the pioneer of e-file, which is normal. It let me be the pioneer of the rapid refund, which means you can get your money back quicker. So there was all a bunch of yeses, so H&R Block would do it. So how does this relate to you? Because you're always going to have to, there could be a software you need to buy. There could be a webinar you need to go to. There could be a conference you need to go to. But if you don't know whether to go to it, then you would ask yourself, would that company go? And the answer is yes. If the answer is yes, then you go. An example of me would be, would H&R Block, I'm going to the other extreme because it was here. I saw billboards all over Miami, so excuse my example. They had a triple X show in Miami this week. It was on the billboards everywhere. Okay, the answer was no. I wouldn't go there. Not because of moral reason, whatever, because it's not going to promote my business. When I went to the 10X conference, the question was, would I pay for VIP? Actually, I paid VIP Premier. Answer is yes. Why? Because I'm going to meet some shakers and bakers. So there's always reasons. So now I want you to put below some of the reasons, okay, you would go and how it would help you in your industry. So if you could put the comments below, we can help you. Because sometimes there's going to be events. Sometimes you're going to have to spend money. Somebody called me or instant messaged me the other day. And another reason why you have to think and act like that company, like a CEO of a big brand, is it's also going to tell you all you're all in. All you're all in is the biggest part of becoming the CEO of your $1 million brand. I always say $1 billion brand when I'm on stage. Because you have to be always all in, guys. That's the way it is. You have to always think big or go home. Okay, if you're not thinking big, if your dream is not the biggest person in the planet, if you're not trying to be the best of the best and piss on the rest, excuse my expression, then why are you here? Why are you on Grant Cardone University? Why, it's like you got to go out and be big, guys. You got to go out and push and be bold and go forward. People went to the Grant Cardone events and you sat in the nosebleeds. Dude, that's not going forward. That's not thinking big. Because you're with all the cheap seats, speak with cheap people. You're not going to go forward. I was at the bottom level and I was shaking and baking, baby. When I talk on stage in my book, The Perception System, you can get your free copy of the book by by texting Taxman to 26786 and we'll send you that. But you got to be big. You got to be bold. Okay. You got to go, H&R Block and me moving forward says I had to go Premier because I'm going to meet smaller people. I'm going to meet bigger people. People that were going to shake and bake and I'm going to move. And the best part is I never even heard anything, Grant, or anything. I got there late because it was tax time. But I was out there talking to people. Everybody since I had all these lives saw my shirt. And we were talking, shaking and baking. And it was just pretty cool. So you go there. What I was also going to talk about is that means sometimes you're going to have to go and invest in yourself and invest in your business. Because I say some controversial things. And one of the things I always say is, are you ready to max out a credit card? Are you ready to go over budget? The answer is yes. That means you're all in. When you're all in, guys, nothing will stop you to get to the top. Are you going to have roadblocks? Yeah. Are we going to, we're all going to have some roadblocks, but guess what? All these roadblocks is not even a setback. It's just another way to figure it out. And I can tell you guys, I had plenty of roadblocks, and every time I got a roadblock, better things happened. Because why? When I got those roadblocks, I ended up meeting I met cooler people, nicer people to work with. People gave me better ideas. I was always, not be tunnel minded. So another example that I had the other day was, if she's watching, sorry, she's trying to build her brand, and she asked me, will I help her build it? I said, sure. I gave her a cost. Because, it's not in my budget. Well, guess what? Success has no budget. Okay, success. It goes back what I said earlier. Are you ready to max out credit cards? Are you ready to go forward? See, that means if you're ready to max out a credit card, and when I tell this to people, they think I'm crazy. Sure, because that means you're ready to do whatever it takes, guys. I do whatever it takes. I go to the biggest events in the planet. You saw the pictures I got with Grant. You saw the pictures I got with Tony. You see the pictures all the time with my new good buddy, Bill Walsh. And, and that's what you got to do. All right, guys, I know this is like Monday morning, and I got to go back to work. This is a real tax office. I'll be in Tampa. And by the way, next year, I'll be on a 7-city tour. We'll be posting you as we go. We start off in Brooklyn on my 60th birthday, May 20th. I end in Las Vegas and a bunch of cities in between. I'll be in Tampa on the 26th of this month, of September. I'll be in Vegas and a bunch of other cities. So anybody have any questions, remember, sharing is caring. Ron, if you missed this, Mr. Mike, how you doing, sir? And by the way, before I go, if anybody has any questions, you can always come on and ask me. I'm still here. So if you have any questions, you can always ask me. I got my awesome book. Let me go get it. Here it is. I thought this is some of the cool things I did this year. This is my book. We got it out this year. I thought that was pretty cool. We'll have those out. You can get them on Amazon, or just go text 26786. I'm sorry, taxman to 26786, and we're there. You can get copies of the PDF book. You can get copies of the hard book. We're going to be starting my coaching. So if anybody has any coaching, want to build their business to the next level, that's what I'm on stage talking about. That's what I've been doing for 30 years, guys. Another thing I forgot to talk about is, don't ever say, oh, there's too much competition. Oh, I can't do it. Amazon. Dude, I am in the toughest industry in the planet, tax preparation. But yet we do 4,900 returns. I got clients in about 48 states. I got clients in 7 countries. All right? I know how to get it out there. So if you ever need any questions on getting coaching, I still got slots open for the end of the year for coaching. So if anybody needs coaching, drop an instant message down and we'll get you going. Guys, this is Albert Taxman Corey, another edition of the Taxman Show. Sharing is caring. You could always find us. We do our podcast. This will be up on our podcast and all stations, whatever you call it. We're at the Taxman Show on iTunes. Just type Taxman Show. We'll leave all the links below so you can talk to us later. So guys, remember, sharing is caring. So we'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Taxman Show. If you have any questions, please leave it below or email it to albert@1040w2.com. Remember, sharing is caring. Please follow us on all social media platforms.